What's going on, y'all? What's going on? We are back. We are here to talk about these offensive tackles. I've been working though, y'all. I've been working. I got a test coming up in a couple days, so I'm like, I kind of been scaling back on a lot of my activities throughout the week. So I just been studying, working out, and doing this. But yeah, we're gonna talk. Uh, we gonna talk because I see there's a lot of disagreements out there regarding these tackles, and I want to put a different perspective out there, in regards to these tackles. Cause I just want to just let people know, hey, look, even though the standard of football has been drastically reduced, that don't mean my standards of football have been drastically reduced. So we're gonna talk. And but yeah, like I said, I've been working because I'm probably about halfway done with the running backs too. So we'll be presenting that very soon as well. And I definitely got a little view in regards to the running backs. Oh Lord. But but yeah, but we gonna talk about these we're gonna talk about these offensive tackles though. So we're gonna get into it. I'll probably because I don't want to forget. So when I get to certain tackles that will have a controversial opinion on, that people will, I'm going we might take a little step back and talk about it. Or I can wait to go ahead and dissect these individuals when I give you guys my top 5, because I can assure you my top 5 is definitely nothing like anybody's top 5. I can assure you of that. But let's get into it. So the first tackle I did was Jordan Morgan from Arizona. He's stated to be 6'5", 325. When I looked at Jordan Morgan, I said he is wide with his hands at times. When he gets to the second level, he looks a little bit to be limited in regards to him attacking the second level. If I'm not mistaken, he had short arms, which was 32 inches. I don't know if this was exactly correct, but when I seen it said he had 32-inch arms. It's a tad bit under 33. I believe 32 and 7/8. So if that's the case, then he has to be a guard. Because there's no way with a player like that, even with his athletic ability, which isn't all that, for you to have 32-inch arms as well, nah, you got to be kicked inside, my boy. But yeah, unless you want a short arm right tackle, because you for sure ain't about to get no short arm left tackle that ain't even a high rank athlete. Because when I look at his game, I don't see no knockback in the run game. I even put, like I said in my notes, I put it he'll probably be a better guard than he is tackle. The Washington ends was getting in his chest. Facts. Was getting in his chest. Now, that could possibly have to do with his short arms. But either way, if you letting Braylon Trice and company whoop your ass, I'm not saying Braylon Trice is a bad player, because I actually like Braylon Trice. But I understand Braylon Trice's athletic limitations. And if Braylon Trice is giving you work, we got a problem. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check it out after that. If you could send me the video, I might react to it. I might react to it. But yeah, like I said, if Braylon Trice is giving you work, then that's a huge problem. Huge problem. When I looked at him, when it comes down to making certain blocks where you would want your defensive ends to be sealed, he couldn't flip his hips. He does have a solid kick step. You know, even though I said that he ain't just the most athletic type of tackle, he does move well for somebody to be 6'5", 325. That's for sure, right? Uh, but in regards to that burst going downfield to go ahead and attack, let's say for instance, if a screen was called, and you got to have your offensive line haul ass, and all of a sudden he might got a safety there or something like that. He got a burst to go ahead and to be able to get there. Now to execute the block may be a different story because of his limitations in the second level, but he has the burst to at least get there, right? And at the end of the day, when I say limited, in most cases, all you will really want is a piece, right? You want to at least get a piece of the player. See, that's one thing that a lot of people don't talk about. You want to at least get like a piece of the player, even if you ain't, even if you're not able to go ahead and fully latch on, you want to be able to at least get a piece of the player, right? But I put that he's above average NFL guard. He'll need to be in tighter spaces though. He's late with his hands. Outside zone scheme will be best for him. I put people can get the edge on him. Needs to have a better base. And he bends a little bit. He's kind of more of a waist bender. He allows defenders to cross his face at tackle, which is a no-no, which, like I said, will probably be better with Jordan Morgan being better inside. Now, I haven't really been like watching TV in regards to the draft prospects because I kind of don't want to get nobody's opinion. I want to go ahead and have my own viewpoints in regards to these players. And then as I finish up, I'll go ahead and start looking, a little bit more. Because I know we got about a month left, if I'm not mistaken. So my thing is hustling to go ahead and get as many as I can done, so that's where we at. And it's looking like we're gonna get a lot more done than we did last year, which is gonna make for our draft parties to be even that much better this year. But yeah. I can't pronounce his name. I'll do my best. Illumina for something like that. For Suna. If I ain't mistaken, I can't pronounce his name, man. Forgive me for butchering your name, homie. But Penn State 6'6", 317. I said that boy run like he bow-legged. But he misfires with his hands a lot. His hand seems to always be on the outside. And I put especially against Michigan. He needs to be able to, when he shoots, he needs to be able to try to do his best to get them hands inside. He is strong, though. He gets some knockback in the run game, which is good. Good grip strength. To me, he's a little bit too grabby for me. He's not smooth in his kickback. He a little bit choppy in regards to that. But he finishes blocks. He's an average athlete with some tightness. Not a smooth athlete, but just an average athlete. I think in viewing him, I think he'll just be better at right tackle. He has balance issues. He's on the ground too much for my liking. He got bull rushing to the QB more than once against Ohio State. If you guys want to go back and look at that, I didn't like that. He don't got it for a left tackle. He labors when moving. I put, will speed rushers give him trouble with a question mark? Speed to power moves definitely gave him trouble, though. I rarely seen him in the second level in the run game. He doesn't have a good anchor. He passes stunts decent. I wouldn't be surprised if he got kicked inside as well. Too much wasted movement. And what I mean by wasted movement, I mean false steps. There's unnecessary steps that he's taken on the way to, whether it be at an angle block or trying to, if he was trying to attempt to get climb up to the second level, it's wasted. He has a lot of wasted movement. As an offensive lineman, you cannot waste your movements. Everything has to be precise. You can't be taking no elongated steps. That's one thing I'm seeing with these offensive linemen. Their steps is long. And you got to get as many steps as you can in the ground when you in them trenches, man. And you taking these elongated ass steps, man. Man, that's how a lot of these players be getting they be getting choked up when I be seeing them in the trenches. If I'm being real, really feel about that. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Eastside Hero, the #1 Cowboy fan. My God. Joe Alt, Notre Dame, 6'7", 322. All right, this is my thing on Joe Alt. Right, check me out. I think he'll be an adequate left tackle, NFL tackle. I do. I think he'll be adequate, but that's why I say adequate. Bear with me. I put he definitely better than that Penn State because from what I was hearing something about this Penn State tackle. And when I was watching Joe Alt, this was at the beginning stages when I was watching these tackles. I'm like, he definitely better than that Penn State tackle. But to me, at times he's a little bit too high. But I know he's 6'7", but that's not an excuse. He stays on the block. Now, the reason why I go with the adequate tackle is because I think he's a limited athlete. But he picks up stunts well, hips a little tight, even though he's supposed to be a former tight end. I didn't really see no flexibility, but he does got good technique though. Just not a great athlete. So that technique wins all. So if you got good technique, you can whoop on some great athletes because technique gonna win all. Being able to do what you do and do it at a high level technique wise, if you're a technician, that's gonna trump all. But he wins a lot of his battles off of technique. Yeah, I think more will probably be better for him as an inside zone scheme. Kind of, how can I say, more of an emphasis on inside zone running. Not a physical run blocker. He mainly wins off of positioning. 34-inch arms, struggles to bend some, leans forward quite a bit in pass pro. Balance issues as time, but even to me, for his limited athleticism, he has good tape. Like the tape was good, right? But he does catch his blocks at time. Has to learn how to play like a tall tackle, using that length, not leaning forward. Play like a tall tackle because, even though you're a limited athlete, I believe, but you being a technician, that'll help you with some of your athletic deficiencies. But he's a good puller, and he does move solid, though, laterally, which is a good thing. But my question mark was, I wonder how he will be able to handle athletes at the next level. But I also put that being a former tight end will probably help him on a lot of occasions. So, but I like Joe Alt as far as the film wise. I just got questions as far as how he gonna translate athletically, but technique wise, he was probably the cleanest tackle that I watched on memory. He was probably the cleanest tackle that I watched technical wise, because as we go along, we're gonna be talking about a lot of these tackles need to clean up their technique. And I think as far as Joe Alt, I think he's probably was the cleanest technique wise. But on to the next one. On to the next one. Tylese Fuaga, 6'6", 334, Oregon State. I'm not impressed with that anchor. Needs to lock out better. He definitely needs some coaching. He doesn't have shock in his hands. And I thought that I was seeing somebody with some shock in their hands, and he didn't have shock in his hands. He got pushed into the quarterback entirely too much against Washington. Hey, look. For Braylon Trice to be a limited athlete the way that he is, some of these so-called top tackles, he sure do be giving them work. That's why I rock with him, though. I rock with Braylon Trice, though. He just ain't gonna be like a top dog, though. But everybody need a Braylon Trice on their team, though. But because I put both DNs bullied him at times, and getting bullied at offensive tackle is something that I do not want to hear. But that's what I seen. A zone scheme player. He misfires with his hands as well. When he does give a good punch and brings his feet under him, he looks to be a good solid tackle when he shows that he's able to do that. He's only a right tackle only. He's not a left tackle. Um, you could experiment with him at a guard if you wanted to, but if you decided to keep him at tackle, he should be fine. If you coach him up, he can get to the second level and he flips his hips, has solid lateral quickness, picks up stunts well. His core strength needs to improve. His kick step is solid. And I put if a coach cleans him up, he could be a starter at right tackle. All right, y'all. Here is the controversial dude. Amarius Mims. 6'7", 340. All right. So I had to take a little bit extra time to watch him because one, I'm seeing different jersey numbers. I think he had like 70 one time and 60 another. And then I look, he didn't finish some games. I'm like, what? Why is he not finishing? What's going on? He got benched? What? Like he got hurt? What? So I had to do a little bit more investigation with this man. They said he had 8 starts. He did. I guess he did have injury concerns this year, which I hope wouldn't translate into his professional career. But here we go. So I started watching South Carolina, and this is notes that I made along the way. So forgive me if I kind of repeat sometimes. But I started watching South Carolina, and he got hurt. But in that game, he was moving well, but he looked inexperienced because he did. And then I found out that I guess this was his first year starting, but he looked like an inexperienced right tackle. Inside move was giving him trouble against Tennessee. I put this man overrated. And I'm going to tell you why as we finish. But he got long arms. I believe he had 36-inch arms, if I'm not mistaken. Good size. Can move for size. 6'7", 340, that's a good size. And he can move for size. But he needs to work on leverage in the run game. You're a little bit too high when it comes down to trying to get some movement in the run game. And he too damn big not to get no movement in the run game. Because what I mean, the lowest man wins. You 6'7", when we start getting to these taller tackles, these David Bakhtiaris and company, look, lowest man always wins. I know that's probably not being taught these days, but the lowest man wins. So when we dealing with these 6'7" tackles, leverage is important. I put he plays too high and he leans forward too much. Even though he moves well, he's not fluid. I put his potential is like little Orlando Brown, little Zeus, the one that played for the Ravens and the Chiefs. I put that, another one of his potential is like the Browns right tackle because y'all know damn, I can't think of his name right now, man. But what I'm talking about, that Browns right tackle, the big dude that was kind of in a similar fashion. See, the thing about him with the big dude is this dude will probably move more like the Orlando Brown, the son, than he probably moves a little bit better than the Browns right tackle. But he's a solid right tackle that can start, but he has to use his long arms to win. He gonna have to. He does got good grip strength and a good kick step for size. I think he would get cooked if his hands ain't right because I didn't see any type of recoverability. Let me see. I put my question mark was, can he move laterally in the NFL? Can he get to a second level at a high level in the NFL? I put that tackle that sometimes started for him, number 73, move better than him. Like when I was trying to look for him in the game and I seen something, I'm like, oh, he moving nice, move a little better. Come to find out, that ain't him. That was number 73. He ain't no left tackle. Now, let me tell y'all something, since we talking about him. I'm not about to spend no premium pick on no right tackle. right? See, check this out. This is what I made in my community post, and this is what let me go ahead and expound on it. See, Lane Johnson, even though he's a right tackle, he could play left tackle if he needed to. I'm not about to spend no premium pick on no right tackle, you know, because if you really that dude, you need to be able to play left and right, and I think this man will get cooked on the left side. Do you want Amarius Mims blocking your blind side? Absolutely not. So if your quarterback was left-handed and his blind side was the right, then okay, all right, then you probably could put him on the left side. But seeing how the majority of quarterbacks is on the right side, hell no, I'm about to put this man on my quarterback's blind side. Look, I'm not saying this man is a bum, because he's not a bum. I think he could develop to be a solid starter. But as far as him being that guy, the best, no, he's not. Who's overrating this cat? Is it the creators? Is it these scouts? Is it NFL Network? Who is overrating this dude? See, there's gonna be a player that I'm gonna talk about, and I'm gonna tell you what's the difference in between a left tackle that can play right tackle like Tyron Smith, or just a right tackle only. You see, look at Terrence Steele when he would play some left tackle. Nah, but he looked a little bit better playing right tackle. Now I know that there's starting to be more premium rushers and they moving people on both sides. But let's be real. As my right, when we think of left and right tackles, the left tackle is the premium pass blocker. When I look at a right tackle, I'm looking more of I want you to be able to maul. Yeah, I still want you to protect. I want you to be able to maul. I want you to be Mark Colombo. You know? When I look at the left, I'm looking at I want you to be Orlando Pace, Walter Jones, Tyron Smith, Flozell Adams. That's what I'm looking like. I don't, that's like putting Zach Martin on the left side. No. He ain't on that. He's overrated. And I know it's draft time, so a lot of people a lot of people gonna look at, he can move well for a size. He's big. He got potential. What is his potential, though? I think people is overrating his potential. His potential is starter. His potential ain't greatness. He's not the best tackle in this draft. He's not even the top 2. And we're going to explain as we go along. I'm not spending the number 24 pick or anything higher on specifically a right tackle. When we look at right tackles, you look at it, okay, he's just a little bit inferior than the left tackle. So you got to look at it. If some of these people are struggling with some of these players in college, you're going to be going against Myles Garrett, Will Anderson, Watt. You can look Burns, Thibodeau. You going against all these pass rushers, man. And there's more. Hendrickson, Daniil Hunter. You're going against all of these premium type rushers every week. So you're going to see speed regardless. A left tackle, you move like a left tackle. You can recover like a left tackle. A right tackle, sometimes they might have some recovery issues. And I put in this scouting that this man, I'm not confident that he can recover if he misses with his hands. He don't have the feet to recover. That is not a left tackle. That is a right tackle. Now, we know that at this draft, as I'm looking along, this draft is not as good as last year's. It's not. So there's going to be a lot of players that go a little bit higher than what they would if the draft was better. But this man right here, I'm not drafting. I'm not drafting him just for right tackle this early. Now, if somebody want to nab him at 30 or something, all right, I guess. Well, 24 high? No. I'm sorry. No. No. That's my Marius Mims rant for today. Now let me talk to you about a real left tackle. Tyler Guyton, Oklahoma, 6'7", 328. Let's begin. I want to see him run through his target better in a run blocking. He needs to get that pad level down because he is one of them taller tackles in the run game, and he needs to bring his feet more with him. I would like for him to be more violent. He's a little bit too nice for me. He's a little too nice for me. I want him to be more violent. He needs to clean up his technique. He has left tackle feet. Very good lateral quickness. He could play left tackle or right tackle. He has a very good mirror. As a left tackle, you got to have a good mirror. Some of these players that they out there talking about, that's good, they don't have a good mirror. You got to be able to move your feet. What's his name? Mayak used to say, a dancing bear. You need to be a dancing bear. But he is an NFL starter. And I put if he clean up his technique, he a potential Pro Bowler, to be honest with you. Zone scheme player. He gets in trouble when he catches block. He needs to pull with more urgency. You got to haul ass. Has a good short set. Can make the athletic blocks. Against OK State, he had a nice cut block that I like, though. He needs to anchor down better in the passing game, but it's there. A lot of these tackles need some cleaning up. Probably the one that don't need that much cleaning up is Joe Alt. But the rest of these tackles need to be cleaned up. So you're not going to get a finished product. You're needing class. Remember, Tyler Smith needed some cleaning up. They cleaned him up. It's not going to take long to clean this man up. Clean him up. You got you a ball player. Now, when I told y'all, let me remember my three. I told y'all at that 24 pick, the Dallas Cowboys, Darius Robertson, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Graham Barton. I will add him into the mixed. Those are my 4 picks. I got 4 picks right there. They're the only 4 that I want to hear. If they stay pat, if it falls in your favor. This man moves like a real left tackle. Just got to clean up. And also, and my next player, let's talk about him because I don't see it. And this is J.C. Latham, 6'6", 360 Bama. Let's begin. He ain't athletic enough for tackle, y'all. I'm sorry, he's not. He was on the ground too much versus Michigan. He's slow. I said, can he successfully get to the second level? Because I didn't see it. And execute blocks, I don't think so. No need being too high. He's a box player. He's not fluid. He's strong, but not explosive. I don't really have anything good to say about him playing left tackle. He's tight. His hips tight. I think he'll probably be better at guard. He labors when he moves. He stops feet on contact. He don't got no mirror. And he lazy. His best pass blocking game was against Texas. That was a decent pass blocking game. I'll give him that. He sets kind of deep in the pocket, though. Kind of opening up his shoulder a little bit too early for me. You got to clean that up. What he does at tackle doesn't translate to NFL. He's a sorry-ass tackle. And the team will be getting a quarterback murdered if they kept his ass at tackle. Put him in the inside at guard. I'm just being real, y'all. I'm just being real. Next dude. Kingsley Suamatu. If I said his name right, who knows? BYU 6'6", 325. He has late hands at times. The defenders strike first which is a no-no. And then when the defenders lay hands on him first, he gets in trouble. Got to fix that. But he has good feet and could play both tackle spots from an athleticism perspective. He hustles in the second level. Right now, he got a weakness for that spin move inside. He definitely needs coaching. He flips his hips well. Potential to be a good NFL tackle. Needs to anchor down better. When he brings his feet and hands, it looks really good. And he recovers well. It was mentioned that he didn't give up a sack his last year, so that's good. Kingsley from BYU. I like Kingsley from BYU. Next player, Christian Jones, 6'6", 321 from Texas. I like Christian Jones. He's one of my favorite players to watch. He ain't as good as some other players that we named, but I like Christian Jones. I really do. And I'm going to tell you why. 6'6", 321 from Texas. He's only a right tackle only. He is strong. Gripster is strong. Gets pushed and knocked back in the run game. Very good run blocking game against Alabama. Finishes blocks with pancakes, y'all. Just like I like it. Not French toast, not eggs and bacon, but pancakes, y'all. He finishes blocks with pancakes. Consistently. At all the tackles that I watched, he was consistently getting pancakes. Big strong, man. Average athlete. He's a run first tackle. But he's good enough in pass pro that you can keep him at tackle if you so desire. He struggles a bit moving laterally. He's more of a big on big inside zone type of tackle. He gets overextended at times. He's more of a box second level blocker. And what I mean by a box second level blocker is, maybe some of the blocks that on the perimeter that he would try to go to be able to catch in. He might struggle at that, but if it's in front of him, if it's kind of angling toward the side, he'll be able to get there. He misfires with his hands a lot. You got to clean that up. The best round blocking tackle I've seen thus far in this class. And he will wash that line down for sure. All right. So the next dude is the Yale tackle, 6'5", 326, Kyron. I don't know. I ain't about to try to pronounce his name, y'all. I ain't gonna waste my time. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But the Yale tackle. All right, let me tell y'all about the Yale tackle. So he stays on his block and gets knocked back, but he's supposed to at that level. The competition wasn't D1 material. I didn't see nothing to be salivating over. So I've been seeing people talk. I didn't see nothing to be that people like, oh my God, he just so, you know what I mean? Like, I like what's his name better than I like him. And I'm talking about Mims. But he's an unfinished product. I understand that. I didn't see dominance nor a smooth mover of the feet. Like, let me go ahead and break both of them down. I didn't see dominance on that level that he's supposed to, even though he's an unfinished product. He should have been dogging like Dartmouth and all. Come on, Morgan State, you gotta be dogging them just off of your athletic ability, and I didn't see it with him. So if I didn't see exuberant and dominance on that level, then how could I expect for him at a faster pace with bigger bodies, with faster bodies, that he'll be able to really translate to what he needs to translate at this level? Got to be my question mark. But he's not a smooth, and he's not a smooth mover of the feet. I didn't see that left tackle feet of him. His lateral quickness is average at best. I'll say for him, right tackle or kick him inside, but I'm pretty sure people will keep him at tackle. But you could kick him inside. He's not a fluid mover. His second level blocking was underwhelming from what I've seen. And I did my best to watch that tape, but from what I've seen of the film that I watched, his second level blocking was underwhelming. But he has a solid mirror. Not much of a knee bender. And I put my question mark is, will he be able to handle speed? So in my five. And y'all know when I make these top five, it's not only one of who I watched, but two, the translation of how it of them, what they bring to the table, of how it would translate to the next level. And that's why, if y'all guys remember, my deep tackle um list was probably unexpected. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people had Newton as their number one tackle, but Newton is not a number one tackle to me. Not because of production, it's because of that first step that he don't possess. He don't possess that first step. And you need that first step in the NFL. And I think that's going to hinder him some. He'll probably have some type of little success though, but it ain't gonna be as what he should have because he don't have that first step. Well, he might not have first, he might not because especially if you got Tyler Smiths coming at you all the time. See, he'll probably be able to go ahead and he'll probably be able to whoop on these little weak ass tackles. But when you got these, when you're dealing with these good tackles, I mean these good tackles, these good guards, and these good centers, man, that's barbecue chicken. Because not because he can't play, it's just because he ain't got that first step, and you need that first step, especially in today's game. And if he's a three tech, he's a three tech. You need that first step, and he ain't got that first step. But we ain't talking about deep tackles. But let me go ahead and give you my top five: Tyler Guyton, Kingsley, Joe Alt, Fuega, Mims. Those are my top five. You guys let me know what y'all think. Whether you're watching now or on a replay. Let me know what you guys think. Because this is something right here. If I had to keep it real with you, the top two I just named, I would expect for them two to be the first two off the board. Because them the two that you can go here and stamp it like you could play them at left tackle. And I'm talking about the BYU tackle and the Oklahoma tackle. You draft left tackles in the first round. Left tackles. If you're gonna draft a right tackle, it'll be way toward the end or the second, third round. That's my viewpoints on this. I have fun watching these offensive tackles, and if when we finish these position groups, and if I got time to watch more, I'll probably go watch some more or whatever y'all want me to watch. But we trying to knock them through because right now I'm about halfway done with these running backs, and then we're gonna start on these wide receivers. I know wide receivers not really too much of a need for the Dallas Cowboys, especially if Brooks. If Brooks go ahead and develop, which I think he would, because y'all remember last year I told y'all I like Brooks. I think he could play, and he did good from what we seen. And I wouldn't be surprised if he messed around and took Tober's spot, but that'll be another conversation. But yeah, look, when I grade these people, I grade hard because at the end of the day, that's how you gonna go ahead and evaluate if he a baller or is he a pretender or if he a shot caller. You got the shot caller, you got your baller, and you got a pretender. And a lot of these people that's being overrated is pretenders. See, when I'm when I'm drafting, I want ballers and shot callers. I don't want no pretenders. And when we start giving grace in his tape, no. So you got to understand the difference between can that be fixed or can that not be fixed? God given, you can't fix that. Technique, you can fix that. So when we evaluating, I'm not grading harshly on, okay, that technique ain't there. Because I understand that at an NFL level, they should, even though the coaching sucks now, but I know that they should be able to go ahead and assist in their development and take them to the next level. So a lot of what we're looking at is, can it translate? Does he got traits that can be successful at the next level? And some of these prospects don't have traits at the next that can translate to the next level. They may have good take, they may have had good stats, good production in college, but you gotta understand this is college. We dealing with grown ass men now that's trying to feed their family. You know what I mean? This is different. We dealing with the hunter or be hunted. You know, so you got to come with a different mindset, and you got to be able to have them traits that if you hunted, you could turn around and be the hunter. Come on, man. But I hope y'all hear me. I hope y'all hear me, love. I hope y'all hear me. You know? Some of these prospects, man, don't got it. They don't got it. They don't got it. And you're gonna be surprised too when I go ahead and hit you with these running backs. Hmm. I'm seeing it. I was watching Benson and them last night. I kind of fell asleep a little bit on that Tennessee, so I got to rewatch them in a little bit. But yeah, yeah, man. I'm telling y'all, man, we here though, man. I can't wait for the draft, y'all. Y'all know that this is one of the seasons that I enjoy. Draft. I love looking at these players, man. These players are disappointing this year, though. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But you can add some quality depth, and you can improve your team still, regardless. But we'll see what's going on, y'all. But all right, y'all. I'm up out of here. I'm getting ready to go. Probably get ready to look at these running backs in a little bit and seeing what we got going on. But until the next time, y'all. We up out of here.